Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double blessing and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Back with another lesson through the spirit, man. So apparently, my lesson that I did last night, it did not upload, or it did upload, but it didn't have any sound, and I'm just gonna address that right now. So these two videos that I uploaded, this one, Destroy Those Who Destroy the Earth, I uploaded that on Rumble. So you all should be able to see that video once again. My page is Karata Zagabar 12, and I'm just gonna make a post on YouTube about that. This video was uploaded, but it probably won't be available for a little bit, but it's uploaded, as well as the Leftover Women. Okay, that one didn't fully upload, or I might have uploaded the wrong video. I had to go back and look at that one, but that one as well. This video that has 36 views, because people kept on trying to look at it and it didn't have any audio, and I wasn't aware of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and re-upload that one. Shalom. Yeah, so this video that I uploaded is actually the wrong video. But I'm gonna get that fixed. Nonetheless, I'm gonna try and upload more on Rumble, because YouTube, I see is starting to make mute my videos, and it's not that I don't have audio on the video. Right.
So go ahead and do what you got to do.
Because I'm talking on the video, it's muting my voice, and I indeed am talking on the video, but when I upload it to YouTube, it's not playing my voice. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear that up. I'm gonna be uploading on Rumble more, Lord willing. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go into a clip that the brother Yaramia, servant of Yahweh Shai, uploaded on his Instagram. And the elder brother Malcolm mentioned this in one of his lessons I watched earlier this week. He said, he was speaking on the brother Arrows of Indignation page. He was like, he specifically posts or uploads these short clips, and it's basically like throwing the brothers an alley-oop for us to do lessons on. We could do lessons on these things like all day long, right? And it's basically what this brother does. I take clips from his page, and then I'll make a lesson on it. So the water for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this clip that just popped up on my page. So Lord willing, to be an edifying lesson to those out there listening and watching. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna pull out the scriptures and precepts through the Spirit to the best of my ability.
And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with, and I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they are, including the people in this audience, they'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, thank God he's here, because half of them got mugged and they don't want to get mugged again. But they're, you know, they work for they work for stupid people that are radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore. And
Yeah, man. So it's basically the statement that he brought forth, and it's really just these are the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, right? We've been in them since they've been deporting the Northern Kingdom, and now recently, within this past summer, the Southern Kingdom as well. And as the days go on, these things start to become more and more, let's find another word, than amplified, because I use that a lot. Let's see. We're going to say escalate. It starts to escalate more and more, man. As the days go on, that's why I always say at the end of my lessons, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man, because even if progress seems small, it's still progress. And we're inching closer and closer every day that we're still here, right? Inching closer and closer to salvation. You got to have that faith, that belief that we are indeed getting closer. So with that comes the persecution of Jake. So we've been telling you what the scriptures say, because I just did a lesson on this as well earlier this week, I want to say. Let me see. Yeah. Jake's trust in their enemy will fail them. And this lesson was talking about, let me go to play this real quick.
Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people. I'm Hispanic!
See, so it started with the Northern Kingdom. Remember that. And now it's moving towards the Southern Kingdom. The deportations were only meant for, at least they said that they were only meant for the criminals. And now it's moved to documented people who have been in this land for generations, right? Following that, you have Jakes who, if you go to a Christian Jake, they want to save everyone. But by saving everyone, they want to save their dad, Esau Edom. And Esau Edom, as we continue on, man, they're showing more and more how much they do not fuck with you, Jake. And we've been saying this. Once again, we've been saying this. Esau Edom does not fuck with you, right? We can get these in a GNT. More and more. But hey, Jake's not gonna realize till it's affecting them. And it's about to start affecting them. And you're gonna see Jake start to pop up, you know, you might see them trying revolt and whatnot. And what's that gonna lead to? Race wars, man. Because they're about to start cleaning these streets up and moving you niggas up out of here. I seen a video of a dude getting arrested and getting his ass whooped by the cops. I don't know if he's getting his ass whooped. I believe he got arrested for something out very minuscule in the neighborhood. So they started with D.C. and they're about to move city to city. Best believe St. Louis is probably going to be one of them cities. best believe that they have to send, but they had to send a whole bunch of people to their police force for the city that is. It says Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 8. It says a friend cannot be known in prosperity and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Touching, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rest hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bidden with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Okay, so we can get that, and let's get all of it. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fail, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, right? And the scriptures, man, is going to tell the truth every time, right? So we just seen that the lady in the first clip, the Latina lady, they said this, being sweet with the words, but then doing another thing, right? And that's what Esau Edom is known to do. But Jake is so simple-minded that they can't see that. They can't see through it because what? The Lord has put a spiritual veil over their heads, and they have suffered from that Stockholm syndrome, right? If you go and look at the video that the elder Manata Sakba just did, it's talking about a Jake that's like that in that spirit, man. That coon ass spirit. That jigaboo ass spirit, right? It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So they not gonna be satisfied by just a drop of blood. They need more. They need more than that, right? If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his kindness, right? So you're looking for it. What he say? These niggas prayed on my downfall. Right? So through every captivity, every generation, you have had the same group of people that have tried to seek and destroy you, Jake. It says that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48, right? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 8 in the Good News translation. It says, when things are going well, it is hard to tell who your real friends are, but in hard times you can recognize your enemies. Even your enemies will leave you then, or Salaki, even your friends will leave you then, but when you are successful, your enemies will act like friends. Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him, even if he acts ever so humble. He is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten, right? Because they chose to do that. And nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved in their wrongdoing. Because what happened? You chose to live that lifestyle. Like I told my friends, You chose to live that lifestyle. Of that guy I went to school with who got charged for murder this past summer. He decided to lose that lifestyle. So why would I feel bad for him? If you read up, at verse 6, the Most High himself hates sinners, and he will punish them. Give to good people, but do not help sinners. All right, now going back down, we at verse 15. An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. He will speak fine words while he plots how to trap you. He will pretend to share your sorrows, but he will kill you if he gets a chance. If trouble comes your way, you will find him waiting, ready to trip you up while he pretends to help you. He will be a different person then, rubbing his hands, nodding his head, and spreading rumors about you. Why? Because they love to hate, man. And that just goes for any enemy you have in your life. But most importantly, our biggest enemy is Esau, Edom. Why do they hate us? Because it starts from the womb, man. It started from the womb. From the womb to the tomb. We've been warned since birth. This is how it's been. People can't see that. Going back to the story of Jacob and Esau.
And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this.
So my question is this, right? Prior to, I want to say that the 40s or the 50s, or in the early 1900s, post-slavery, when we had our own cities and towns and stuff like that, when we were thriving good, we didn't have crime. When we just had our own neighborhoods and cities and stuff like that, our black towns, we didn't have crime, right? So my question to you would be this: where did that crime or violence come from? Let's rewind and see what he said.
So we're going to make, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this.
So my question is, how did it get that way? Right? How did it get that way? I could go back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. I just read that last night, right? The man of perdition, the one who spreads further destruction throughout the land. Because when we were living in Jake neighborhoods and Jake cities, we were doing just fine. We didn't have an evil eye towards each other. Even though we were under the curses, those cities and those towns got destroyed by Esau, Edom, as they always do, right? So before then, we were doing fine. Then, you know what I'm saying, through the destruction of the black household, it started to become worse. You incorporate drugs and guns into that, it becomes even worse. What do you say? An empty stomach and a gun equals homicide, right? So there's lots of things that play into the part of what happened to us as a people. And these things happen within this past, or within the past 40 to 50 years, you know what I'm saying? Our parents, those who grew up in the 80s, which is not too long ago, man. But now, you know, you have those same things coming back upon them, right? They hit us with crack. Now they getting hit with opioids. Okay? The persecution of Jake, man. is Jeremiah 30:1. It says, the word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh, God of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book, for lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. These are the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, man. We're seeing the persecution of Jacob in front of our eyes. It says in the NLT, the Lord gave another message to Jeremiah. He said, this is what the Lord, Yahweh, the God of Israel, says. Write down for the record everything I have said to you, Jeremiah. For the time is coming when I will restore the fortunes of my people, of Israel and Judah. I will bring them home to this land that I gave to their ancestors, and they will possess it again. I, the Lord, have spoken. This is the message the Lord gave concerning Israel and Judah, right? The split kingdoms, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. This is what the Lord says. I hear cries of fear. There is terror and no peace. Now let me ask you a question. Do men give birth to babies? Then why do they stand there, ashen-faced, hands pressed against their sides like a woman in labor? In all history, there has never been such a time of terror. It will be a time of trouble for my people. Yet, for my people Israel, yet in the end, they will be saved, right? So those are the times that we're coming upon, man. Now this is talking about in the ancient days, but we can still pull it out, man. Because this is talking about the scattering. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee, and Yahweh thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And Yahweh thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love Yahweh thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And that's talking about the kingdom of heaven. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee, right? So we're seeing the persecution of Jacob right now. But those things are going to come back to haunt Israel. To Salakia. Those things are going to come back to haunt Edom. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. Okay? So we're going to return back, man. But you got to see the persecution of Jacob first. With that being said, man, let me see if I want to pull anything else up.
And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago
the Jake woman, man, that's gonna be their downfall as well. Their daddy Esau Edom is going to leave them and hang them out to dry. That's why you have so many black women now losing jobs.
Will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with. And I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they are, including the people in this audience, they'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, "Thank God he's here," because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they work for they work for stupid people that are radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore. And
Yeah, man. Jacob's trouble. We're inching closer and closer. We're in August right now. Coming up on September, what is that, next week? About a week and a half. Yeah, give or take. So we got 3 more months left. A little over 3 more months left. Well, technically 4, because September, October, November, December. We got 4 months left in this year, man. Things are popping off. There's no telling how much this will be increased. Right. But every day is inching closer and closer. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching, though. Nonetheless, call Law Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakodash. Double blessing and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom. And as always, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing. Shalom.